This coverage is brought to you in association with Fraser James Partnership, where money matters.
Just about a minute gone in this final at Selkirk Sevens. It's Jed against WATSONIANS. No scorers yet. Jack Ferguson then on the ball for the Edinburgh side. They're up to the halfway line as Mark Rennie goes in, feeds it out to Mike Kerr. Kerr's got Rory Steele in support, goes the other way though, and this time feeds it along to the winger. And that's Scott McKean. That's Tom Hart that makes the break, and Tom Hart is through. Good tackle though by Ian Chisholm. Chisholm puts the tackle in. It's going to come back though on the Watsonian side on the halfway line. Then Jed nil, Watsonians nil. Jack Ferguson feeds it out to Scott McKean, and Scott McKean is away. He's been chased all the way by Darren Gillespie, and also tracking back is Glenn Young. Oh, great tackle by Darren Gillespie. He's got him right on the corner when he really didn't have the. He wasn't allowed to do that, but he did for some reason. He just got him back and no more. And now Darren Gillespie on the hoof. He's outside his own 22. On he goes. He's on his own at the moment. He tries to throw the ball back in field, but Mark Rennie got in the way. Tuala picks up now for Watsonians. The Selkirk Sevens final. Jed nil, Watsonians nil. Tuala feeds out along to Tom Hart. Tom Hart then offloads to Ferguson. Ferguson out to Scott McKean, who was tracked back by Darren Gillespie right on the try line. Ball picked up by Rennie. Rennie feeds it out wide to Jack Ferguson, the scrum half. Oh, there's a 3-on-1 here. Ian Chisholm back there. Rory Steele turning on the afterburners, and Rory Steele will go in for the try, and it's first blood to Watsonians. Lewis Young puts a tackle in. And it comes back on the Watsonian side, picked up then by Mark Rennie, and he's away. Rennie then, he's got Mike Kerr in support. They could be in for a second try here, and it's Mike Kerr up to the 22. He's been chased off by Darren Gillespie, but Mike Kerr will have the gas, will he? Yes, he does. He touches down into the left-hand corner, and it's Watsonians 10, it's Jedforest nil.
Yeah, Mark Rennie there just stepping out of the tackle of Hogg on the Watsonians 10-metre line, and off he went. He's got a bit of pace about him as well, and as I said earlier, there is always an option there, and this occasion it was Mike Kerr. He timed his pass nicely, gave the ball to Kerr, and I tell you, we think of him more as a playmaker and not the guy that you see finishing off scores, but he certainly wasn't lacking for a bit of gas there.
Watsonians 12, Jedforest now. The final here for the Selkirk tournament. Tom Hart makes a break. He just cut in on Jed on that 22-metre line, and Tom Hart's going to go in for the try, and it's Watsonians 17, Jedforest 0. And well, Jedforest, I don't think they've had really one or two attacking opportunities, but that's been it. They've been just snuffled out by a very well-drilled Watsonians outfit. So a chance now here into injury time in the first half. So Ian Chisholm on the ball. Watsonians 19, Jedforest 0. Ball picked up then by Gregor Taylor, out to Ross Goodfellow. Goodfellow out to Glenn Young. Young then feeds it out to Ian Chisholm. That's better play. Chisholm feeds it back into Ross Goodfellow. Need a runner here now. Ross Goodfellow into Robert Hogg. Here we go then. Hogg, he's on his own at the moment, trying to work his way up to the halfway line. Robert Hogg, you can tell he's into the Watsonians half. He looks to offload. Where if he kicked forward there was Lewis Young just waiting as Darren Gillespie kind of palms that ball back. Good hands though from Ross Goodfellow. He does well now. If Ross Goodfellow can offload, he needs support. Rory Steele in with the tackle. Glenn Young has scrum off, play inside the Jed half. Into injury time in the first half, and it's Darren Gillespie on the ball, looking to offload. Oh, nice pass taken on by Lewis Young. Young on the ball now, up against Tuala. Watsonians 19, Jed now, but Lewis Young is on the hoof, and Lewis Young is gone. He's going to go in for the try, and that will give Jed a lifeline in this final. It's Watsonians 19, Jedforest 5.
Yeah, they absolutely needed that, Jed. They had to score next, and they've done that. And Lewis Young, I mean, nothing fancy in terms of the build-up play at all, but they just got the ball into the hands of the pace man, and over he went.
Throw in Watsonians ball just outside the Jed 22. Ball comes in, good take from Rennie, out to Jack Ferguson. Ferguson trying to find a gap out to Mike Kerr. Mike Kerr again kicking through. David Gobby should win that race, as he's got certainly time on the ball there. He should be allowed to get up there. Scott McKean all over him, but Jed should pick up through. Ross Goodfellow comes out then to Darren Gillespie. Oh, Gillespie again's lost it going forward, and here comes Tuala, and he breaks the tackle, and Tuala is going to go in for the try, and that really, I think, is going to make it really hard now for Jed to claw their way back in this final. It's Watsonians 26, Jedforest 7. Lewis Young just runs into two of the Watsonians player, turned over ball, and here come Watsonians as Mike Kerr goes down the ball, fair out to Scott McKean. Scott McKean trying to go around his man, kicks ahead. David Gobby chasing onto that, but Scott McKean will get the touchdown. It's lovely stuff here from Watsonians, and they really are exposing Jedforest. Watsonians 31, it's Jedforest 7. High ball into there, Darren Gillespie underneath it, Cadlis, and here comes Tuala right through the middle from the restart, and Tuala's going to go in for yet another try, and it's now Watsonians 38, it's Jedforest 7.
Watsonians enjoying this now, really. They're putting Jed to the sword. Jed just falling off tackles there. They've lost their defensive structure, and Watsonians are making the most of every opportunity that comes their way. Tuala, when he gets that ball, he's a big solid lad, but he can run pretty quick as well.
Ball comes out, they're picked up by Ian Chisholm, out to David Gobby. Gobby out to Lewis Young along that Watsonians 22. Lewis Young cutting inside. 1, 2, 3 players still going on here as he got David Gobby on his shoulder. In fact, stopped just short there is Lewis Young, and Jason Hill going in to help out the Jed cause right in front of that trial in there. David Gobby spots a gap, and then he goes to touchdown. Jedforest 12, it's Watsonians 40.
Yeah, I mean, hard work. They're made to work for absolutely everything in this game here, Jed. That's their second try, but Watsonians just never give up. They've comfortably got this game in the bag. 40 points to 7 they were leading, but again they make a tackle. It was forced Jed to go through another couple of phases that most teams would have conceded a score before that point, but fair play, Jed have not given up either. Over they go again,
and the ball comes along the line to Rennie to Ferguson out to Scott McKean. Rory Steele waiting, but Scott McKean's going to go in for the try. That now is going to make it Watsonians 45, it's Jedforest 14. I think it's going to be touchdown, but certainly it's been a good afternoon. But Jedforest, no, they're leaving Philip Hawke as Kings of the Sevens, but I think they will want to crown the season off next Saturday by winning their own sports.
There is absolutely no doubt about that. You always want to win in front of your home crowd there. And I guess the other thing that they'll look at the table now, and we'll come back to this.
Glenn Young, Glenn Young just burst right through the middle, and he's looking to offload. Nobody there. Jason Hill comes in, but Watsonians still finding a way. Picked up then by David Gobby. Watsonians 47, Jed 14, but David Gobby still going on the run. Can he offload? Bodie Khan picked up on the far side. Gillen's going to go in for the try, and that's going to be consolation for JED-FOREST. JED-FOREST 19, it's Watsonians 47. We are now into injury time in this final, but Watsonians going to pick up the third piece of silverware from the King's Circuit.
Which is exactly what I was going to say. So if you look at the table, yes, JED-FOREST, the Kings of the Sevens champions, if you like, but they've won 2 tournaments. They've been in 5 finals now and runners-up, so that'll be the only disappointment for them. They've got to lots of finals and then never quite been able to get over the finish line and all of those ones. So Watsonians are now going to have won more tournaments than them, so I reckon they'll want to sort that out next week as well.
The draw for the JED Sevens will be made Monday morning 11:30 on Radio Borders. It's the final round in the Kings of the Sevens series. The JED-FOREST, you know how apt it's going to be played at Riverside Park, the newly crowned Kings of the Sevens, but Watsonians are spoiling the party here at Selkirk, and a good wee burst down the far side. Dom Johnson tried to feed it into Jack Ferguson, but it's Ian Chisholm again back there for Jed as the ball's knocked forward by the referee. Andrew McMenemy, I think, will blow for full time. He does indeed, and it's Watsonians who defeat Jed by 47 points to 19.
Give a cheers on 3, 2, 1.
Well, Darren, Kings of the Sevens, so you should really have a smile on your face, but of course disappointment losing against Watsonians.
They've got a wee bit of hang out with us, kind of it's the third final they've beat us in, but say it's bigger hang as the Kings, but hard to take getting beaten in another final. I reckon how many have only won 2 tournaments, but getting beaten in the final again, it's just hard to take.
Congratulations to Jed. They've been the standout team all year. They've played some really good sevens, especially at the start of the year, and we're happy to be able to compete with them. 3 out of 3, maybe a bit of a bogey team for them. But no, we enjoy it when winning breeds confidence, and we're a confident team just now, so going well.
Now, Watsonians take the Sevens incredibly seriously, and a lovely touch at the beginning where you clapped them onto the pitch.
Well, we sort of decided between us that a bit of respect for them. They've done well this year. We obviously won it a few years ago, and we know what it means to win it. It's a great achievement. So we thought, yeah, why not? They've done well. We'll clap them on and give them the respect they deserve. So,
Chuff with the boys, kind of putting everything in this season to be Kings and that. So that was our main objective. So I suppose they've won what it wanted.
And it's a fairly new team as well coming together for Watsonians, so obviously you'll be looking at next year and going one better.
Yeah, well, if you take out me and Mark Rennie as the old boys at 27 and 28, they're all sort of under 21, 22 years old. So if we can keep them around next year, which we're confident we can, then we'll maybe try and, well, we need to do better earlier on. That's it. We need to try and get some Sevens events or tournaments or ties before Gala to really push on, because once we get into our stride, we're a tough team to beat.
That was our target. Kings of the Sevens was our goal. That was always the bigger picture for us, and we achieved that. Over the moon that we achieved that. We've got to have a great night tonight and celebrate that. But Watsonians have won 3 tournaments now. We've only won 2. We didn't just want to win Kings of the Sevens, we wanted to dominate it. So maybe next year.